I was actually the one at the scene. So I was the one that was yelling out to arrest her because no, everybody wasn't doing anything. I was actually the one who called the cops first. And I saw them when they were fighting.
I was so angry because me, myself, literally talked to Carlos and told him, "You got to stop this. You the only one can stop this." There are two women that's fighting because somebody is lying to the next one.
What's up, y'all? This is Fugitive TV, and we're giving you an update on the whole Romeca Meeks Blackman incident. Now, I posted a video about what happened a couple days ago, just in case you guys aren't aware. I'll break it down for you real quick. So, Romeca Meeks was dropping her son off at school, and in front of the school got into a fight with her baby dad and his new girlfriend, and the new girlfriend pulled out her weapon and pretty much executed her right there on site in front of the school. And there's been a big controversy ever since because the girl who did it, her name is Holly, she was arrested but then released, and there's been no charges on her whatsoever. One of the reasons why is because she has a concealed carry license. Okay, so there's been a big update. There's an actual update on this where there's a witness that came out. A witness has came out and said exactly what has happened.
I saw them when they were fighting in the beginning, and I was like, "This is not right." He was slamming her with a door when she was standing in her door frame, not even close to the female on the other side. So she was literally standing on.
Because we were all wondering what happened. And then not only that, Romeca's mom and sister did an interview, which I'm going to show you some clips of. They did an interview and they're explaining how they even all met up in front of the school in the first place. So really quickly, the witness who came out, she was riding the bus. She actually said that Romeca was, at in front of the school in the street, and that she was fighting first with her baby daddy, which is Carlos. They were actually physically fighting. She said that Romeca was standing by her car, was standing, I guess, like in the standing up by the driver's side, and Carlos was slamming the door on Romeca's back. And then Holly entered the scene. Holly wasn't there at first, but some sort of way, I guess she entered the scene. And when she entered the scene, that's when things got out of hand. So Holly basically, told her, "Hey, I'm going to go get my weapon, come back, and I'm going to blast you." Then Carlos said, "Oh, she's going to go get her weapon." And Carlos was like holding Romeca back, things like that, had her in a headlock. And then I guess right when she slipped out the headlock, that's when Holly came back with her weapon, hit her once in the face, hit her once in the hip, and then also once in the side. So it wasn't one shot. This whole time I thought it was just one shot in the face. No, she let off three. So looked like she was trying to really put it into her life, which she did. So she was actually trying. She let off 3 shots, not one, but 3. Now, one of the reasons why they let her off, because they said it was probably self-defense. Holly has her kid, which is Carlos's. Remember, Carlos is the baby daddy of Romeca. Holly's the new girlfriend. Carlos is the baby daddy of that one. Now, the mom has actually came out, and I said this in my last video. I said I think Carlos was playing them both. Remember, I said this in the last video. I said I think Carlos is playing them both. Carlos is dating his new girl, Holly, but still trying to keep Romeca on the side. And I think that, because of that, feelings get involved. And what does Romeca's mom come out and say? That's exactly what happened. Romeca's mom came out and said that Carlos was still messing around with Romeca and at the same time being with Holly. He was playing them both. And I told you in the last video, I think Carlos's fault is his fault. He couldn't control. He's the man in the situation. He couldn't even control them. So, and not only that, when the mom said that Carlos was like, "Yeah, she's going to go get her," he didn't stop Holly. He didn't even stop her. He could have stopped her. They said Carlos is like 6'1" or 6'2" or something like that. He could have stopped her. But oh well, he let it happen, and now look. So I'm gonna show you a clip of what the witness says, okay? And then I'm also going to show you a clip of what the mom says, all right? Then we can come back here. You could tell me, discuss about it. Now, for you guys that saw the last video that, said Romeca was the aggressor, I mean, there still is a whole background to the situation, right? Romeca had a restraining order on Carlos, and then Holly had a restraining order on Romeca, which we are still don't have clear enough evidence on why Holly has a restraining order on Romeca. All right, but let's get into these clips.
The other side of the road, and her baby daddy was literally slamming the door on her back. So she went back into her car, came back out, and then this was when the baby daddy walked towards he grabbed her by the waist. She tried to wiggle away from him. um her arm was like literally almost getting free, with his arm around her neck this time, because he was holding her by the waist in the beginning and she wiggled out, um after this happened, he had her in the, like, almost looking like a headlock to me on the side, and then the other baby mama stated, "I'm gonna shoot, bitch, watch me shoot her gun. She's gonna go get her gun. Watch." And after this happened, she ran to the passenger side of her vehicle, grabbed her, went around, and when um the mother, who slipped away from him for at least like maybe a good second, as soon as she slipped away, she shot her. And she shot her in the face, on her side, and in her thigh. And I saw him like holding her for a split second. Maybe he was in shock, but after he was in shock, I guess he picked her up, and when she was falling, like a gush of blood fell, you know, like out of her body. And I was like, like, I don't know, everybody else sees movies, you know what I mean, and they see, put pressure on the wound. Why weren't you putting pressure on the wound? Why weren't you caring enough? This supposedly was your first baby mama, because when I was on the bus, I heard him and her screaming, and she was literally saying, she was like, "I just dropped off baby. What? I just dropped off my baby. Are you guys kidding me?" As soon as I got off the 21 bus, and trust me, they got it. You know what I mean? Everything that I literally had to. I wasn't gonna let her die like that. I literally looked into her eyes. That hurt me. She says she dropped her baby off, and you go. You don't know who she is. You know what I mean? And I was like, arrest her. She needs to get arrested. You know what I mean? They weren't even thinking. There was another black female cop who came up, and a Mexican shore cop, and I pointed out, I was like, the guns in her car, the guns in the car. Why wouldn't you give him the gun if supposedly this was, a self defense? You know what I mean? If it was hey, here's this is what happened. It was no self defense. I swear to you, it did not look like no self defense. It looked like you got her because you were just angry or something. You know what I mean? And to me, um when she shot her, it wasn't it she the female that got, she wasn't with any gun. She didn't have no weapon, no knives, no nothing. So what was it that frightened you so much you had to run around your car, go into your passenger seat, or whatever the case is, and you reached in to get your and shoot this woman, So to me, it was a senseless. They were arguing because she was pulling up, and I guess they ended up parking. Why was her car parked on the sidewalk? Because I seen she ran towards the sidewalk to get on, and it was a small black vehicle, and he had a black truck, I think. And literally, he came out of his truck looking like real, like he wasn't like on anything but being like mischievous, like nothing but like what was like he was planning something, you know what I mean? And I called the cops on the first time I called the cops, it was because he was attacking her, you know, and the other girl was just yelling at her and she was arguing back. So there was nothing going on for her to be like, oh, I'm gonna step back over here to go get my gun, she was nowhere near her. But that's all I gotta say.
Even if you had a order protection on her, why didn't you call the police yourself then? Why didn't you get in your car and leave? You were in a place where you shouldn't have even been. The school is on 22nd. Why did you park there? Carlos stay on 20th. 21st, like close to 20th. You can park there. You can park there on the block before him. You wanted to be seen. You guys triggered that situation up with my daughter. And to leave her lifeless like that, that is your baby's brother. What kind of woman are you? She allowed you and Carlos to take her baby out with your child to eat dinner. Don't make her look like she's a monster, because she's not. She's not. And I just want justice. Someone must pay for this. You want to say that she blocked your car. Her hood of her car is in the back of your car, and Carlos' car is in the front of hers. Make it make sense.
So they had her blocked in. Yeah.
They said Romeca had Holly blocked in. How? I had got a video. This is how I found out that my baby had got. I got sent a video of my baby on the ground and a puddle of blood, and him standing all over her and everything. I'd never seen my baby at the scene. When I got to the scene, all I seen was red and yellow tape. I called him. He called me when we was at Cook County Hospital. And he said, "Ma," I said, "she's gone." And there was a pause. And he said, "This is all my fault." See, don't know what's being said to me. But I was so angry. I was so angry because me, myself, literally talked to Carlos and told him, "You got to stop this. You're the only one can stop this." There are two women that's fighting because somebody is lying to the next one. They want to make it look like Romeca was fighting with Holly. All these posters they putting up is her and Carlos 3-4 years ago. I mean, why didn't they put up videos of her in the nail shop and he pulling up, jumping on her? Why didn't they put up the video 2 weeks earlier of that? She's dropping her baby off and she's running in the middle of the street and almost get hit because he's down there threatening her. Why didn't they where is the video of her literally at Holly harassing her, trying to fight her? Where is that?
Now that you hear this, for you people who thought Romeca was the one who got out her car and, started it all, is that what you still think? Do you still think she started it all? Now, her mom says that she was pretty much blocked in, Her mom said that why did, I guess, Holly parked on the side of the road that was in front of the school and parked where she possibly could run into Romeca? Why didn't she park 2 blocks down, I guess, on the other street? The only thing I could think about is why she didn't park there is probably because maybe it was full. Maybe she couldn't park on that street. I'm just thinking, right? Maybe that's why she didn't park on the street, but who knows? We don't know. Was she really trying to park on the street to run into Romeca? And don't forget, Holly had her kid in the back seat, her newborn kid, which is only a few months old. So would she really be trying to do this with the kid in the back seat? And here's another thing. Holly is going to school, or was going to school, to be a criminal lawyer. So if she's going to school to be a criminal lawyer, that means Holly knows a little bit of something to get out of the situation, probably. And that could be why she got out the situation when no charges filed against her. Another reason could be, after all, they are in Chicago. I don't live in Chicago, but I turn on the news every day to do this channel and get updates on things. And Chicago's always been in the news about some violence and some shooting and things like that. I mean, let's take this back. Remember King Von? There's people saying King Von was out there pretty much murking people left and right. He even beat one and then raps about it. So, I mean, there's a lot of violence that goes on in that city where I probably see the police probably look at it like, oh, they probably look at it like, oh, well, there's another one due to, weapon violence. She's got a concealed weapon. Oh, and a restraining order. Oh, case closed. Don't even file the paperwork. I can see them doing something like that, which is sad. I can see it, but I'm just here giving y'all this update. What do you guys think? Who do you still believe is the aggressor in this situation? The witness said Carlos was fighting her physically. The mom said Carlos started it. And the mom said Carlos showed up at the school when he shouldn't be at the school. So y'all let me know, and let me know where y'all from. This is Fugitive TV. I'm out. To the next update.